Colorado Springs is currently buying up water from thousands of acres of farmland under the Fort Lyon Canal. Colorado Springs has been very public about their need to acquire an additional 34,000 acre-feet of water per year to support what is already within their city limits, not including any annexations of new city land. Just for reference, that's 11 billion gallons of water per year that they don't yet have, but have already committed to their citizens. That equates to permanently drying up 50,000 to 60,000 acres of farmland every year, as they have nowhere else to go for that water. Think about that and what that could mean and the ripple effects it will have on the future of our valley, not only to our economy and a way of life, but to our water quality. They're buying water in Bent County, but they will take it out of the river 100 miles upstream in Pueblo Reservoir, where the water is much cleaner, degrading the water quality for us more and more. And to add salt to the wound, Colorado Springs continues to approve new large annexations, such as the 2,000-acre Carmen Line annexation that their city council voted to approve 2 weeks ago. With each new annexation, they're committing even more water that they don't yet have to new developments. This kind of growth makes absolutely no sense and has got to stop. 2 weeks ago, 4 Lower Ark Valley farmers, including Alan France, Jared Gardner, Chris Tomke, and Ryan Hemphill, along with Dr. Bartolo and myself, joined many others from El Paso County to testify against the Carmen Line annexation to the Colorado Springs City Council. I'm grateful to these gentlemen for their willingness to stand up for our communities, and I encourage you to visit our website at lowerark.com to watch these powerful testimonies. We should have that video up tomorrow. During my testimony, I asked their city council, when will your city finally start living within your water means? As it will be very difficult for them to acquire the water that they've already committed to their citizens. They answered my question by voting to approve the new annexation and made it clear once again that they are not yet ready to face reality and that they value their community over ours. As Dr. Bartolo has said on multiple occasions, when it comes to water transfers, there really is no such thing as economic development, only economic relocation. When water and water ownership permanently leave our valley, that wealth, that prosperity, that current and future opportunity is transferred out of here to places like Colorado Springs and Aurora forever. The Lower Arkansas Valley Water Conservancy District has long prioritized advocating for responsible and ethical transfers of water. The needs and wants of these communities should not threaten the livelihood of ours. Southeast Colorado should be able to thrive alongside our Front Range neighbors, not be sacrificed. The Lower District has been regularly meeting with city officials, testifying at city council meetings with Lower Ark Valley farmers, as I mentioned, and speaking out publicly against water exports to support this illogical urban sprawl. We also recognize that water is a private property right, and we have no interest in standing in the way of someone who wants or needs to sell their asset to cities outside of the Lower Ark Valley, but we are actively working to develop new and different options for those that are looking for an alternative and to protect the others that don't sell. The Lower District and our partners are not alone in standing up and speaking out. There's a growing movement amongst rural farming communities in Colorado, including in Weld and Larimer counties, to protect against Front Range municipalities from exporting their water. The 6 counties that make up the San Luis Valley recently banded together and all signed an intergovernmental agreement that will help them fend off speculative water exports to Douglas County and from others. The West Slope communities have been doing this successfully for decades. Colorado Springs citizens are currently running a petition to get the Carmen Line annexation that I just spoke about on the ballot for their voters to decide, as they feel their city council is ignoring them to please this developer. Taking these stances isn't easy, but they're critical if we want to see change. Now, I'm proud and happy to invite up to the stage a member of the 2025 class of inductees into the Colorado Ag Hall of Fame, Dr. Mike Bartolo, to share a few words and reasons about the importance of taking care of our valley and our ag and water resources. Please help me in joining me in bringing Mike to the stage.
Thanks, Jack. When I was asked to say a few words tonight, I thought to myself, what in the world am I going to say to this group that you don't already know, haven't already lived and felt to the very depth of your being? Just a few feet behind this very building runs the Rocky Ford Ditch, an incredible part of this community's history and heritage, and now almost entirely owned by a city 200 miles away. A city that probably doesn't even know, most of their citizens don't even know Rocky Ford exists. With that loss, we witnessed the incredible economic devastation, the environmental mess that was left behind, and perhaps most troubling, the severing of that historical connection to our future. During my working career, I thought somehow I might be able to turn that narrative around if I could somehow come up with a better corn variety for you to grow, or a better way to control weeds in your onions, or a novel way to conserve water on the farm. All those things were important. I came to appreciate that it might take much more than that. To be honest with you, because of the personal nature of this film, being part of it was very uncomfortable and unsettling. And I have to honestly say I struggled with that. And I struggled how to reconcile private property rights with the rights of the greater good. I struggled to reconcile my faith and my moral beliefs, and trying to understand how could cities with so much wealth, so much going for them, how can they do those terrible things to places like this that we cannot ill afford? I wish I could say I found the answers to those dilemmas, but I have not. My wife, my very, very patient wife, had the great fortune of being a long-time teacher in this community, and that has allowed me to get to know and witness many young people that want to not only be involved in agriculture, but also live and thrive in this community, and I think she's taught many of your kids. And so, because of that, what I'm left with is hope. I know there are better solutions out there, and increasingly I see several promising alternatives to buy and dry. Further, I'm encouraged by what I see as a new set of allies. It's actually city dwellers that are tired of what unbridled growth has done to their once beautiful cities. What I also know is that none of these opportunities will materialize by complaining, justifying what has been done in the past, or simply doing nothing. I believe this to my core. I would not have been able to get an education. I would not be able to be up here speaking to you without the incredible sacrifices of those that came before me. Some of those people I barely had an opportunity to know. I pray that we are willing to do the same thing for those that follow us. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike, for being here tonight and for all that you've done for our communities. I'm going to wrap us up here with an ask of each of you. Similar to a family that may have internal disagreements, we in the Lower Ark Valley water community know that there are many opportunities for disagreements with each other. But like a family, when faced with a challenge as big as this, we must stand together to protect our own. These cities have vast wealth and political power and are used to outmaneuvering us if we go it alone. But we can force them to do better if we stand together. I ask our counties, cities, and other municipalities to consider a regional and collaborative approach to working together to strengthen policy and regulatory mechanisms to mitigate impacts and to advocate for better outcomes. The district is here as a partner and would like to follow up with you to continue thinking through these opportunities. Business and community members and leaders, I think we all understand what it would mean to lose any more of our local economy and our way of life. Please join us in advocating for responsible water preservation. To the farmers and ranchers and others in agriculture, you truly are the backbone of our communities and our country, and we should all be thankful for your willingness to face so many obstacles out of your control to keep our country fed and our communities alive. We look forward to continue working together with you to protect your way of life and to collaborate on new ideas to help you be successful, as that benefits us all. On behalf of the Lower Arkansas Valley Water Conservancy District Board and staff, thank you all again for being here. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you'd like to get involved. Have a good night, travel safely, and God bless.